Mia Thompson was a rising TikTok star known for her beauty tutorials and lifestyle videos. Her follower count skyrocketed to millions, bringing her both fame and a lucrative income. However, with fame came an undercurrent of darkness. One day, Mia started receiving disturbing messages from an anonymous account. The messages began as harmless compliments, but soon turned into obsessive and threatening notes. The stalker claimed to know her every move, detailing her daily routine with chilling accuracy. Mia tried to ignore the messages, but the stalker's behavior escalated. One evening, while Mia was live streaming a makeup tutorial, she noticed a shadow move behind her in the reflection of her mirror. She brushed it off as a trick of the light, but her followers flooded the comments with concerns. The next day, a package arrived at her doorstep containing a photograph of her sleeping. Terrified, Mia contacted the police, but they found no fingerprints or clues. Mia's mental health deteriorated as the harassment continued. She became paranoid and reclusive, fearing for her safety. Despite her pleas for help, the stalker was never caught. Mia eventually left social media, her dreams of a glamorous influencer life shattered by the haunting presence that had invaded her world. In the historic town of Savannah, Georgia, a group of friends decided to use TikTok to document their exploration of the infamous Blackwood Manor, a decaying mansion rumored to be haunted. The manor had a dark history, having been the site of numerous mysterious deaths and disappearances. As the friends entered the mansion, they began live streaming their adventure. At first, the stream was filled with nervous laughter and exaggerated ghost stories. However, things took a disturbing turn when they reached the basement. The camera captured strange, inexplicable phenomena: flickering lights, shadowy figures, and disembodied whispers. One friend, Sarah, claimed to feel a cold hand grasp her shoulder. Panicking, the group decided to leave but found the door inexplicably locked. The live stream viewers watched in horror as the friends' fear escalated. Suddenly, the screen went black. The next morning, the local police discovered the friends in the basement, alive but traumatized. They spoke of seeing a ghostly figure that prevented them from leaving. The incident gained massive attention on TikTok, with viewers speculating about the supernatural events and the authenticity of the footage. Despite the skepticism, the experience left the friends with lasting psychological scars. "15-year-old Ekaterina was a bright student with a promising future. Like many teenagers, she found solace and connection on social media, particularly TikTok. One evening, she stumbled upon a seemingly innocent hashtag, Blue Whale Challenge. The challenge, however, was anything but innocent. The Blue Whale Challenge was a sinister game that lured vulnerable teenagers into a series of increasingly dangerous tasks over 50 days, culminating in the final task, suicide. As Ekaterina followed the hashtag, she was drawn into a community that seemed supportive, but was actually manipulative. The curators of the challenge preyed on her insecurities, gradually pushing her to self-harm and isolation. Despite her parents' attempts to intervene, Ekaterina became increasingly withdrawn. The tasks became darker and more dangerous, and her mental health deteriorated. On the 50th day, her parents found her lifeless body in her bedroom, a chilling testament to the game's final directive. The tragedy of Ekaterina's death sparked a global outcry, leading to increased efforts to monitor and regulate harmful content on social media platforms like TikTok. In a town in the Midwest, a charismatic TikTok user named David started gaining a following for his motivational videos and life advice. David portrayed himself as a spiritual leader, offering guidance and enlightenment to those seeking meaning in their lives. His followers, who called themselves David's disciples, grew rapidly. David's messages became increasingly manipulative, urging his followers to cut ties with their families and friends, donate money to his cause, and follow his teachings without question. He promised them salvation and a utopian community where they could live free from the corruption of the outside world. One of his followers, 19-year-old Lisa, was particularly devoted. She left her home and moved to a secluded compound with other disciples. As time passed, David's control over his followers tightened. He imposed strict rules, punished disobedience, and isolated them from the outside world. The compound became a nightmarish prison, with followers subjected to psychological abuse and manipulation. Lisa's parents, desperate to rescue their daughter, contacted the authorities. After an extensive investigation, law enforcement raided the compound and arrested David. The harrowing tales of the survivors, including Lisa, revealed the extent of David's manipulation and abuse. The incident highlighted the potential for charismatic individuals to exploit social media for nefarious purposes and the importance of critical thinking and skepticism online. These stories illustrate the darker side of TikTok, where the pursuit of fame, the lure of the supernatural, and the dangers of viral trends can have devastating consequences. One TikTok user shared a chilling experience about a strange man who began following them around their town. The user had posted a video showing their neighborhood, and shortly after, they noticed a man appearing in the background of their videos. At first, they thought it was a coincidence, but when the man's appearances became more frequent and seemed to follow their daily routine, they became concerned. The user decided to confront the man, who claimed to be a fan and insisted he meant no harm. However, he was always present when they were alone, and his behavior was increasingly unsettling. The user reported the situation to the authorities, and it turned out the man had a history of stalking. The story ended with the user moving to a new area for safety and making sure their online presence was more secure. Sarah, a new homeowner, starts a TikTok account to share her renovation journey. One day, she discovers a locked door in her basement that she doesn't remember seeing before. The door is old and rusty, and there's no key to be found. Curious, Sarah decides to film her attempts to open the door. In her videos, Sarah shows how she tries various tools to break the lock, but is unsuccessful. She starts hearing strange noises from behind the door, like scratching and muffled voices. Her followers are intrigued, and some suggest that the door might be hiding something sinister. After several failed attempts, Sarah finally manages to break the lock and opens the door. The room behind it is completely empty except for a single dusty old chair in the center. The video captures a shadow moving across the room, and Sarah, terrified, quickly shuts the door. Her following videos show her being increasingly paranoid and disturbed by the feeling of being watched. The last video is a live stream where Sarah is packing her belongings to move out. During the stream, viewers notice the shadowy figure from the room standing behind her in the background. The stream cuts off abruptly with Sarah screaming, and she never posts another video again. My best friend Josh is a TikTok user from Pennsylvania. He posted a series of videos about a mysterious package he received. A package contained a series of cryptic notes and strange items, such as old photographs and unmarked keys. As Josh continued to post updates, his followers speculated about the origins of the package, some even suggesting it was a prank or part of a larger conspiracy. One day, Josh found a note in his mailbox with a chilling message: "Stop posting, or else." Josh contacted the police, who investigated the source of the package and the threatening note. It turned out to be the work of a former acquaintance with a grudge. The individual was arrested, and Josh took a break from social media to recover from the ordeal. He later returned with a newfound caution, and awareness of online safety. These stories highlight the potential dangers of sharing personal information online and the importance of being vigilant about digital safety.